Today's video, I'm going to cover a common mistake that people make when they throw their left jab. And I got, or right jab if you're a southpaw, and actually today I have Siobhan demonstrate, and he is predominantly a southpaw, so we're going to do it from a southpaw position. You right-handers, we'll show it to you right-handed as well. So he'll start off here today as a southpaw. So what he's going to do, I'll start right here, is he's going to throw his jab the wrong way with his footwork. So this is a footwork mistake that people make when they throw their jab, okay? Footwork mistake. Okay, so now, when he throws this jab, what a lot of people do when they throw their jab is they twist that toe. They all want to twist that toe, okay? So many reasons why you don't want to twist the toe. Okay, now, first reason, you twist the toe. You want to continue to be able to jab forward to the guy. Now, you have to replant your foot to make a step to come to jab the guy, right? This is where your toes should be predominantly facing where you're going. There may not be, like fencers got a completely straight, okay? Boxers, you got a little bit of, you're turning your shoulder plane because a fencer is stabbing, okay? He's stabbing straight. A punch is a twist. So a lot of times when you're in your stance and you're going to throw that jab, you're going to twist. So it's going to be, you're not going to keep it maybe completely straight. But if you watch Joe Louis and you watch Ray Robinson and you watch 80% of all of the all-time greats, maybe even 90, I would have to sit there and watch and count how many I consider out of top 50 all-time greats. That foot is pretty much straight ahead, okay? Now, like I said, not completely straight ahead, but it's not straight. It's not like this, okay? So when you turn that foot, what you do is you have to you ain't going to step like that. You got to put it back on the ground, and then you got to step. So every time he jabs, he turns the foot. Every time he jabs, he turns the foot. Every time he turns it, he got to put it back on the floor to do that. If he does it without turning the foot, he just step with a jab. See that? Okay? He can just step with a jab. Now, if he's turning the toe on the jab, what's he going to do? He's got to try to do it fat. Boom. What's he going to do? Every time he does that, okay? First reason why it's wrong, okay? Second reason, when he's turning that foot like that, okay? He's taking the tension off of his left hook. I mean, off of his left side, off his right side, okay? He's taking his tension as a southpaw, he's taking it off his right side. Why does he want tension? Because when you throw a jab, it's a twist. Throw the jab. When he throws a jab, it's a twist. So what's going to happen? What happens is you twist and you got the foot on the floor. This hip wants to throw that left hand. Not only do you want to twist this left hand, this hip naturally wants to pull back to throw the left hand, okay? That right side wants to pull as well as it wants to turn. If you turn the toe, you're losing that tension. Now when you throw the left hand, you have to put the foot back on foot. That's not synchronizing together as a push-pull, okay? As a push-pull. Nothing's a push in boxing, so I shouldn't use the word push, but one's extending, one's pulling. One hand is extending, the other one is pulling. So when you're there, you're going to lose the pulling action of this side when you throw the left hand, okay? And also you're taking this foot in front and you're locking your hip out. You don't want to lock your hip out. And no swing. There's nobody that throws a football and it's the same body mechanics. There's nobody that throws a football and has their foot like this to throw the football. Now they can't throw the football, okay? They can't throw the football. They throw the baseball, they can't. You have to open the foot up, point the toes to where the target, where you're throwing the ball, and you throw the ball, okay? When you're batting, guys, open their hips up. They open the foot up and they open their hips up to swing the bat. They don't have their left leg is not that way to swing the bat. They're in this stance where it's closed up, but when the ball comes and they go to swing, they open their hips up and they open this foot up so they can turn their hips into the shot, okay? It's the same with tennis. They step in when they're swinging. They step and they open and they swing it like that. When you're throwing a punch, you got to be able to open your hips up to throw the punch. You're not trying to lock your hips up. What happens when you try to throw a really hard right hand and you lock your hips up, you're going to fall this way. And it's not going to keep you locked. When you're in the real action and you throw it this way, it's not going to keep you locked. You're going to go like this where your foot should be. That's what's going to happen. And then you're going to fall off balance because you were locked. You're locked, and you're going to throw it hard, and you're going to end up being here and getting hit. So you want to have that foot there so you can free flow. You want to be able to free flow through the punch. You want that punch to be here. Anytime. Now that's a natural reaction. I can throw it out, I can bring it back. I can throw it, I can bring it back. I can throw it, bring it back. If I go here and I lock it, yeah, it's going to stop me from getting full extension into my shot. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to end up falling this way. So it's the opposite. You do not lock that hip out, okay? You do not lock that out. You are throwing. This is a throw and a swing. There's nobody that throws a football with their foot like this. There's nobody that swings a tennis racket with their foot like this. They open their hips up so they when they go back, they go this way. When they're batting, they go this way, okay? So every throw and swing, you got to have the ability to let your hips. You don't want to lock your hips. You want your hips to be able to flow. You will lose your balance by locking that hip, okay? Also, even if you're using your feet like in soccer, if you're going to kick a soccer ball, you got to open your foot up to be able to kick the ball and open your hips up to be able to kick the kick. It doesn't. I can hear people now. I say, "Oh, I'm not a boxing coach. I'm not a football coach. I'm a boxing coach. I'm not a basketball coach, or I'm not a tennis coach, or I'm not a baseball coach. I'm a boxing coach." No, it's basic body mechanics. Okay? It's basic body mechanics. It's just like people trying to make things up about, wide stance is more power. How could it possibly be more power? It's not more power if you can't turn your hips into the shot. You can't do anything here. You can't move fast. Every sport, people are a little bit outside of shoulder width. It's such a basic body mechanics that people that were architects, when they made blocks, they made plyometric blocks, or they made stools. The feet are a little bit outside of shoulder width. I hear people talk about wide stance is more power. No. You ain't going to throw a football with your feet like you ain't going to hit a baseball with your feet. I mean, you're not going to get more power like that. Do guys do it? Oh, yeah, they do it. But guess what? I guarantee you, I don't care if they won 40 world titles. That's the other thing when people talk about these great fighters, because they don't have any flaws because they won world titles. There's always the cream of the crop. There's always someone better, okay? And the guys that have the great foundations are the best ever, okay? Those are the guys that are the best ever. There are levels to this stuff. Just because a guy won a world title doesn't mean that everything he does is right. You got to be able to follow the things that he does right and still differentiate the things that he doesn't do well. Steal the good stuff. Leave the flaws alone. And some of the all-time greats have flaws still, too. Muhammad Ali did a lot of things wrong, okay? So when I can sound like I'm contradicting myself because there are some exceptions. There are some exceptions. But these are guys that were born with unbelievable reflexes and unbelievable body statures that they were able to get away with these things, okay? So you have to take all that into consideration when you're trying to develop who you want to, things that you want to take off people and who you want to watch, okay, to be able to know that, hey, that is a great foundation right there. That's not so great, but that guy got so much talent, he's getting away with it in spite of it, okay? So you got to know what you're looking at, and you got to have a good feel for what is a great foundation. But if you realize the basic body mechanics, when I do a squat, I'm in the weight room and I do a squat, my feet are not out here like this. When I do kettlebell exercises, my feet are not out here like this. If I do a swing to the side with the kettlebell and my feet are too wide, I'm going to bang myself right in the knee. Okay? So that would tell you that something's wrong. Your feet got to be here so you can take the bell outside of your feet. If you got it too far, you hit your knee. That should tell you that that's incorrect. So it goes with weightlifting. It goes with all the throw and swing sports. Feet are a little bit outside of shoulder width, okay? So I went off into a tangent, but all good stuff for you guys to remember. And make sure you guys pay attention when you're in the gym to those things. And if you turn your foot when you jab, then when you step, you can't. You got to keep. How you're gonna walk to the guy like that? No, you're not. You're not gonna be efficient and proficient. The foot's got to be straight ahead so you can step with a jab. Now, when he steps with that jab, and he steps and he twists that jab, step and twist that jab. Okay. Now he steps and he twists that jab. That's it. He's trying not to turn that foot as much. Okay. So that's the key. When he's able to step with that jab, that's it. And he's able to get that twist and not let that foot turn as much, okay? So when you step back, the key is what he's trying to do when he jabs is turn his waist, but don't let the foot turn. And don't rotate on the ball of your foot like guys are rotating on the ball or foot when they jab. And you step to the guy. Now you can watch, if anybody wants to study the game, watch all the all-time greats throwing their jab. They're not turning on the ball of their foot, okay? So you just watch videos and really study them. Put them in slow motion on YouTube. You can find the setting on the right-hand corner, ... You could slow things down and watch. When a guy's throwing a jab, he's not showing the wrong way. You rotate. He's not doing that. They're not doing that, okay? They're not doing that, okay? And if you watch video, you'll see that there ain't nobody locking their hip out when they throw a jab. There's nobody keeping that foot like that to throw a jab. You watch this much. You want to slow down and watch film. We can watch 100 films, and if you can find one or two guys doing that, good for you. But you're not going to find no great fighters locking their hips out when they throw the jab. Okay? That's what he wants to do. So why is he doing that when he throws that jab? When he throws that jab, okay, now what's he doing? What's he doing when he throws that jab? Okay? That jab right there is now, he's got all this tension right here. So now when he throws that left hand, this is going to pull as well as that one's going to extend, all one motion. See? This hip is pulling back. Do it again. That hip is pulling back. That's it. But you see what happened? Did you see what just happened right there? Did you see what just happened right there? He lost his balance a little bit right there. And the reason he lost his balance, didn't ask him to do it. You know why he lost his balance? Because he made a mistake. He turned his foot a little bit more, okay? And then when he tried to throw the left hand, he was off balance. So it was the total opposite of what I hear people talking about, that you're going to lock their hips out, okay? That's what he just did. He just threw the jab, and he turned his foot a little bit. Then he tried to throw the left hand, and when he did it, that's what happened. Now he's showing you what happened, but he did it naturally because he did it wrong. And it's my job as a coach to make sure he's not doing it. So he's got to keep that foot as straight as he can, and he's turning and he's stepping into the jab. That's it. That's what he wants. Don't let the foot turn. Right. He's going to jab, boom. Now he's strong-based. Do it again. He's going to jab, boom. Now he's strong-based. See? Now, go back one more time. Do it again like that. He can whip that left hand, and he's strong-based. That's it. Now he's strong base. Now, if he did that and turned that foot and tried to throw that left hand hard, turn the foot, boom, boom, that's it. But even if he keeps it on the floor, if he doesn't turn the toe, and he just turns his foot and then tries to throw a strong left hand, let me see you do that. Nope, keep it on the floor, I'm saying. You keep it, plant and step, boom. Now I'm talking about keeping your foot like turned this way while you're jabbing, like you did it naturally. I wasn't even asking. Now try to throw a strong left hand. You see what's happening? You're going to fall to the right. Do it again. The wrong way. You're going here. Boom, boom. Throw a strong left hand. Strong left hand. Boom, boom, boom. That's what's going to happen. You're going to bow. You're going to bow because you're trying to really you're trying to extend to hit the guy. You're just going to shorten your left hand up. It's going to lock you out. If you're going fast and you're in reality, it's not going to lock you out. Okay? It's going to make you do the total opposite of what people try to say. It's going to lock it out. It's not going to lock it out. Okay? And if you want to see reality, slow this video down, rewind it, watch where he made the mistake, where I pointed out that he made a mistake. He did it without me even saying it, and that was the reason why he fell that way, because he let that foot turn too much. He makes mistakes too. Okay, everybody makes mistakes, but I'm trying to tell you the correct way to do it is when he's throwing that jab, he wants that foot staying there. That's it, okay? Now he throws that left hand, boom, that's it. Now, see this foot here, when he throws that jab, that is, like I said, he's got that straight hit. Now, this side's gonna pull while this side goes. That's it. This side cannot pull. It cannot pull if that foot is turned like that. Even if it's not on the ball of your foot, just put it down. If that foot's like that, or it's like, even like if it's like 45, if it's 45, now try to turn, now throw. You can't, he's gonna go that way, and he's not getting the power because he cannot pull this jab back. Turn that foot that way, now throw the left hand. He can't do it. See what's happening? He's going back on that side of his foot trying to pull that hip, because I'm telling him to try to pull that hip, and he's ending up, this foot's off the ground, and he's leaning on the outside of his right heel, okay? So the key is keeping that foot as straight, not turning on the ball of your foot when you jab, okay? Keeping that foot as straight as you can, okay? And that's going to guide you to where you want to go. You're pointing the toes to your target. If you're throwing a ball, you're pointing your toes to when you throw the ball. If you're hitting the ball, you're putting your front foot to where you're hitting the ball. Okay, the back foot is this way, 90 or 80 or whatever you want to argue about it. It ain't 45 either. It's 90, and now I'm turning everything I got into the shot. Go watch Joe Louis and Ray Robinson. Somewhere down the line, these guys after 1960 got it all mixed up. But your foot is on the ground, and you're turning the shot. You get all that rotation. When you throw a football, you're there. When you throw a baseball, when you hit a baseball, you're there. When you tennis, when you're boxing, everybody thinks because they're fighting someone in front of them that they got to start pointing their toes, both toes towards the guy. And just to show you guys right-handed, Orthodox, okay, Siobhan's been demonstrating as a southpaw. When he's throwing a jab, it's the same thing. He's not going to turn on the toe. He's not going to rotate when he throws the jab, okay? He's going to step. So if he step with a jab, that's it. Do it the wrong way first. Boom. He's not going to do that. So if you try to throw 3 jabs like that, what would it look like? Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Or you're rotating on each time he's rotating. Okay. That's it. See, he's got to plan it. Now, if he throws 3 jabs without turning the foot, look how quickly he gets there, right? Okay, that foot just guides him where he wants to go. He had a hard time doing it wrong, and that's the job as a trainer, to train your guys to the point where they can't do it wrong if they wanted to, okay? But you got to know the basic foundation. Go get my instructional videos. I give you guys the basic foundation of 9 different punches and their footwork, and the basic foundation of the stance. And that's a $1 million foundation that you guys need to be able to do $1 million moves. You can't have $1 million moves with a $2 basic foundation. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Instagram at Tom Yankello Boxing. I got a lot of stuff on boxing related stuff and videos for you guys to check out. I got a lot of clips of me working with Roy Jones for this Mike Tyson fight. And make sure you guys follow me on LinkedIn at Tom Yankello as well, and Twitter as well. And I'll see you guys next time.